You know, lately I've been on this J-horror movie kick. Ever since watching Sadako vs. Kaiko, I've been actually going back and rewatching a lot of old Asian horror films that I may or may have not enjoyed back in the day. You know, just seeing if I still enjoyed them as much as I did when I first saw them. And one of those movies I rewatched is the movie that I want to talk about today, and that is Miike Takashi's One Missed Call. Now, this movie was released back in 2003, and I don't know about you guys, but when I first watched it, it scared the living crap out of me. But you know, rewatching it again, I may or may not have the same opinions as when I had when I first watched it. Does the movie hold up? You know, let's check it out. Let's take a walk down memory lane with One Missed Call, one of the movies that many regard as one of the iconic Japanese horror films to date. Hello YouTube, my name is Ray from Asian Filmist, and I'm just a guy who loves movies. Now first, let's talk about the story of One Missed Call. The movie stars Shibasaki Ko and Tsutsumi Shin'ichi. So Shibasaki Ko stars as Yumi, this university student whose friends one day started receiving these strange phone calls. Now whenever people get these calls, they get kind of scared at first because they are alerted with a ringtone that is not theirs. And also on the caller ID, it says that the caller is actually themselves. So when they listen to the voicemail that's left on their phone, it's actually them about 2 days into the future. But it's not only them that they actually hear the sound of the exact moment of their death. So Yumi finds her friends getting offed one after another by this mysterious phone call. So she teams up with this detective named Yamashita, who is played by Tsutsumi. And then they put their minds together so that they can get to the bottom of these mysterious killings. Investigating further, they find out that the source of these killings is actually a ghost and her curse, you know, in typical J-horror fashion. And of course, the question with this movie is a question in many other J-horror movies. Can they stop the curse? Can they stop the ghost? But you know, honestly, it turns out the same way as many other J-horror movies that came after The Ring and The Grudge turn out. So let's talk about the good stuff, the things I still enjoyed about this movie after rewatching it. You know, of course, I love Miike Takashi's movies. All his movies have this same sense of bizarreness and also just what the hell is going on. He really knows how to set the atmosphere and make everything seem really creepy and eerie. He succeeds to do that in One Missed Call, although, you know, we've seen creepier and eerier. I mean, just watch Audition. But regardless, you know, you'll find yourself really creeped out by a lot of the scares that they throw at you in this movie. Combined with the atmosphere and also the pacing, which was well done as well, I really enjoyed some of the scares and a lot of the kills that were featured in this film. It sounds kind of weird to say, but one thing I really enjoy about horror movies is the way all the characters get offed by the villain, the ghost, the demon, or what have you. Admittedly, there were some scares that you've seen in every other horror movie, but there were some that were really creative. One typical scene I really like is when one of Yumi's friends tries to get help from a TV exorcist. But the exorcism backfires, so the ghost comes out and makes her twist her body like a contortionist. And as she's twisting and bending her body, she makes her rip her own head off. And it was a really cool scene to watch. And speaking of characters, I really enjoyed Shibasaki Ko's performance as Yumi, the lead character. You know, she's definitely one of the big names in Japanese cinema now, but you can really see how far along she's come since this 2003 film. But you know, those few things being said, I actually have a lot more I was displeased with this movie. Maybe watching them years ago when I was still a noob in J-horror, I didn't really mind these things, but nowadays I look back and yeah, you know, it could have done better. First of all, One Missed Call is very formulaic in that it borrowed from so many tropes that made The Ring and Ju-on very, very popular. You know, female ghost with the freaky hair? Check. A curse or a cursed item that can affect anyone passing by like an STD? Check. An attempt at making the ghost sympathetic with the audience by giving them a history of bad parenting when they were still alive? Check. But you know, side note, one thing that makes this ghost different than Sadako is that while she was still alive, this ghost was a bitch still, even before and after death. Also, the deception of hope in that the main characters can somehow break the curse by finding the dead body of the ghost, complete with a tearful embrace made by the main female character. Check. But you know, One Missed Call borrowed so much from The Ring and Ju-on, but didn't really try to add too much to the mix. You know, aside from the creepy ringtone and the little calling card in that the ghost always adds a little candy into the victim's mouths after she kills them. But you know, to really make your remake successful, you need to add more than just a new simple bass line. But you know, One Missed Call doesn't really do that. It really just follows all the tropes down the line to a T. But one thing I didn't really like about One Missed Call, and I felt it came out of left field, is that they gave Yumi's character backstory, so that way she is almost exactly similar to the ghost when she was still alive. It was an attempt at giving the main character something, so you know, she can be homegirls with the ghost, allowing Yumi to sympathize with the ghost, making them connect and understand each other. And you know, it gives the audience hope, like, yeah, maybe they can actually break the curse. It's like Yumi is saying, "It's okay, girlfriend, I got you, I feel you. I understand you, so please stop killing more people. I don't want to say exactly what that backstory is, but it felt like it was really just pushed in there and wasn't really developed upon. And one thing I'd have mixed feelings about is the ending. Without saying anything about the ending, I'll just say that it's a typical Miike ending, in that he pulls the rug right out from under you. It's like it goes off in a totally different mood compared to what the film has built up upon up to that point. I don't know, the ending was kind of strange. It's like, did Miike want to be artistic or did he just want to be a troll? I mean, it leads into this random pop song that plays during the end roll credits. And overall, one missed call. I mean, it's good if you're looking for a casual J-horror movie, like if you're on a date and you want to scare your girlfriend. You know, like I said, there are a few cool scares here and there, but overall, it was just pretty average. Now, one missed call did spawn a TV drama, an American remake, and 2 sequels, but let's just assume that it spawned all this success because it happened to come out at the right time when J-horror was at its peak, when there was this fever for J-horror and everybody wanted to watch. But hey, what did you think of One Missed Call? Do you think it deserves a lot more credit than what I give it? Or do you feel it's just somewhat overrated? And above all else, what's your favorite J-horror movie? Whatever your thoughts are, leave a comment below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Asian Filmist for more discussions and reviews on Asian films. You can also chat with us on our Facebook and Twitter pages, and you can even get a free copy of our ebook, The 108 Asian Films for New Fans to Watch, if you subscribe to our email newsletter. And of course, you can find that link below. And once again, my name is Ray, and I would love to hear from you guys on Twitter. And that's about it. Alright guys, I'm about to watch another movie. I'll be back soon. Promise.